It's so nice to see everyone here. There is the energy that you bring to this Congress, and all of us at ACHE, thank you for joining us in person this time around. Your presence and involvement will truly help us move healthcare leadership to the next level. ACHE has worked very hard to craft this conference in ways that will help us all do exactly that. As we move into the week, you'll find a vast array of sessions that will address issues of our evolving workforce, the dangers of cyber attacks, opportunities presented by international markets, and the need for resiliency. And that's just through Tuesday. The variety of speakers you'll meet this year truly is extraordinary. Every session, breakout, and networking event has been constructed to prepare you to advance in the face of countless challenges. I want to personally thank the entire ACHE staff for their efforts. We live in a time when thoughtful, measured, and experienced leadership has never been more essential, which is why this Congress has never been more valuable. In order to thrive in our ever-changing industry, we must constantly look ahead so that we can move forward with confidence and positivity, because we believe that the future belongs to those who prepare for it. In fact, ACHE has hard work planning for future by formulating a strategic plan that proactively positions our organization to effectively navigate a healthcare environment that is ever-changing. A new 3-year plan took effect on January 1st, with the overarching goal of anticipating what leaders will face and giving them the tools and resources to address those issues effectively. The plans build on our commitment to integrity, lifelong learning, leadership, with a special focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. But more than that, the plan initiates action, ensuring that our most important professional ambitions are realized. Because even the best plan is worthless if you don't act upon it. You can learn more about our strategic plan online, and we will be keeping you informed on its development, progress, and benefits as we move into 2023 and beyond. I'm especially looking forward to today's keynote speaker, Jon Meacham, whose premise is hope through history and how examining our past helps us plan better for the future. Remembering that my past has certainly helped me prepare for the days to come. Some of you may know that my family immigrated here from the Philippines when I was 9 years old. When I arrived at that early age, I knew I had a different skin tone. I had an accent, still do, and a different way of looking at things. This unique perspective stayed with me throughout my youth and grew as I advanced in my career. I'd like to share a certain story or memory with you that illustrates this. One day, while President and CEO at Henry Ford, I was having a conversation with Tom Dolan, our previous President and CEO of ACHE, and he remarked to me, "You know, Tony, you are probably one of the top 15 minority healthcare leaders in a top healthcare organization in the country." And I quickly responded to him and said, "Tom, if there are only 15 or fewer minority healthcare leaders in the top healthcare organizations in the company in the United States, I guess I would be one of the top 15. My point is, I follow in the footsteps of some groundbreaking healthcare leaders. My mentor, Rich Cordova, was the first Hispanic chair of ACHE. And there are a lot of people looking at this fact that I will be the first Asian American in that position in its 89-year history of ACHE. And I have received unbelievable support from a lot of communities, especially the Asian American community. These and other experiences helped us to form my passion for expanding ACHE's diversity, equity, and inclusion platform. While we recognize that we have made advancements in the last decade or so, I'd like us all to move forward together and take our efforts and results to a higher, more prominent level. There is much work to be done and has been acutely demonstrated by the events of COVID-19. Most striking is how the ties into health equity has been demonstrated. Our advancements in DEI as a society, as an organization, have been incremental. But how can we make that monumental? At the board level, we've designated and approved strategic capital to explore and better understand what monumental moves ACHE can make regarding DEI. We are interviewing key stakeholders right now to help us understand what those next level advancements might look like. My personal hope is that ACHE will be the destination and the trusted partner for members and organizations so that they can advance DEI without shopping or Googling around to find the best and proper guidance. We are proud of the remarkable work ACHE has done where safety and quality are concerned. And by utilizing that experience, I believe we can create similar structures to provide valuable and reliable resources for advancing DEI within your organizations. This would be immeasurable value to all levels of ACHE. When you look at the early careerist and the graduate programs, inclusion is very much a needed platform in the curriculum. When you look at the senior leadership, there needs to be a continued effort to make sure within leadership that there is representation of the employees in the communities they are serving. Happily, a wide range of businesses and clinical platforms have refocused on DEI, and there is heightened awareness of healthcare disparities and health inequities, and also connecting the effort that there's no health equity without social equity. The hope is that we don't just settle for incremental steps. We want to make a monumental advancement, and ACHE wants to be more than just to be a participant in minority health groups and education. We want to be your trusted partner, side by side, supporting each of you. For more than 3 decades, there has been 2 constant partnerships in my life. My marriage with my wife, Roselle, of 32 years, and my membership in ACHE for 31 years. And I can't imagine my life without either one of those. I thank my wife, who's here today, every day for unwavering support and encouragement and love. And I thank ACHE for its role in my development and continual learning, for the relationships that this organization has fostered, and for the mentoring from my fellow members. I also want to thank all of the companies I've had the privilege to serve, and thank the Generations Healthcare family who's with us today for their support and being here in attendance today. I'd also like to take a moment to speak of some of those fellow members who are younger than I am. and perhaps a lesson learned from my past will help you form a clearer vision for your future. See, I started my career in 1981 as a midnight shift medical technologist. So I'm a clinician by background. My father was a doctor, my mom was a pharmacist, my brothers were also doctors, and their plan was for me to be a doctor. I chose the route to be a servant leader instead, to follow my passion of service and mind the well-being of people. And I've been privileged to work in all of the sectors of healthcare, other than the government, ever since. There is a message here for our younger professionals that there's a wide range of opportunities in healthcare, and look carefully at your future. As you move forward through your leadership progression, don't be afraid to seek out all that healthcare has to offer. Allow yourself to expand. Advance your training and thinking through continual learning and seeking new opportunities, because our industry is just boundless right now. Let me also stress to our young people that as you advance in your career, you need to remember your well-being is very important. That is another reason and another lesson I learned recently. You see, I had a stroke last year. That's why I changed my career journey to match my passion, but balanced this with a sense of well-being first and foremost. Because at the end of the day, I realized that if I'm not healthy, I can't serve other people. Everybody talks about life-changing moments. Well, I experienced one of those moments, and it was not a very pleasant one. In fact, I recommend against it. Before my stroke, I was very proud of the fact that people looked at me as a go-getter, a person unafraid to plow through challenges, ready to serve as many people as possible and continue to perform and execute to deliver meaningful results. Because you know, with the pandemic and staffing shortages, somebody had to do the job, and I felt invincible. I could do all the jobs and got caught in the whirlwind of the work and gave up some of the taking care of myself that we all know we should be doing. But I was also a clinician. I knew about blood pressure, stress, anxiety, the need for physical activity every day, eating right, getting proper sleep, and taking some mental time off for yourself. I knew all about that. You know the importance of that, right? I know you do. So after my stroke, as I'm lying in the ICU in my own hospital, and my life is parading past me, and I'm thinking, what just happened? I frankly do not want to fall asleep for the fear that I would not wake up. It took me a couple of months to really recuperate. Boy, I tell you, that TPA puts a number in your brain, and how that then resets your whole body. I tried to get back up on my feet right away, get back in the game, but soon recognized that there was just something off, and I just had to take the time to recuperate. Thank God that I have recovered and still standing for a reason in front of all of you today. So I decided to change my life, which is the very definition of life-changing experience, right? And I decided to spread the word to my fellow professionals. Look, I am not going to tell you anything new. I know that this audience to be very well educated, well regarded, and thoughtful. But it takes a deliberate awareness to do those things that you already know will help you to keep healthy. I understand you have a lot to do. I had a lot to do. I suggest that you put well-being to the top of your to-do list so that you'll be able to take care of others, so that you'll be able to continue to do the work you love and are called to do so. In other words, advance your intuition to practical practice. I know that the entire notion of well-being is a bit of a cliche. Work-life balance, resilience, flourishing, you've heard all of those. And I know some people in the audience actually have mastered that. But I also know that too many people in the audience put that concept of well-being on the shelf, somewhere out of sight and out of mind. And it's not just your health, it's also your relationships, including the team that you manage. You understand all too well how the past 2 years have impacted the people that you work with. Well, I recommend that you focus on being the most balanced leader possible in order to provide a great example to your teams. Tomorrow can be a wonderful opportunity to not only save yourself, but to protect those you work with. There's no vaccination for well-being. It takes a conscious effort every day. You all operate in a very stressful, demanding environment. Danger lurks all around us. I suggest that you all write your own prescription for some time to breathe, time to realize what's most important to you, time to have a little fun, time to share with your colleagues, time to learn so that you can advance, time to walk away when you can to be with your family and friends. It's the right time for the right prescription for the right patient, which is all of you. Take the right dose. Let me know when you need a refill, and let's have a great Congress.